Alrighty guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at creating some custom white and varnish channels within Photoshop, and this will be for FlexiPRINT. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Otherwise, we head back into the program here. So now what I've done, I've simply just opened the actual my graphics in Photoshop. So you can go File, Open, the layout, and that might look slightly different depending on the version you're using. I think I'm using the 21 or 22 version. But yeah, so what we're looking for, which is important, is our layers and channels. So on the left here, you can see I've got a tab called Layers and one called Channels. So as long as you have these two, you should be fine. Then over here, I've got the actual graphics I've opened. So I'm just going to change this, just call it graphics. And then, yeah, so at the moment, this is a PNG. As you can see, the background's transparent. So it's not a bitmap. JPEG is also not an SVG. The original was SVG, but then I've just exported it as a PNG. Now, what we want to do, we're going to keep it very simple. Like I said, we want a white and varnish channel. I'm going to make it just a rectangle on the top here, or circle, something like that. That's only white. One on the left, it's only varnish. So we can see how this looks in the program. So now to do that, I'm just going to create a basic shape, which is a rectangle, and just draw a rectangle in the top right corner here. And then it's going to ask me under my properties, how do I want to set this up? So I'm just going to make the fill white, and then make the actual stroke nothing. So just like that. That's what I'm going to do. Then here we go. We've got our rectangle. I'm going to press enter just to make sure it confirms it. Rename the file. I'm just going to double click the actual name and just call this white for now. Then what I'm going to do is, with my rectangle selected, I'm going to now make one on the opposite side, and then just drag that how big we want it. Then I'm going to change the fill color. Let's make it something like red or something, or pink, so we can see it is the varnish. Say enter to confirm that. Now what we want to do, let me rename this. My varnish. Then now we've got the varnish, and then we've got the actual white block. So now what I'm going to do is, the white, I'm going to make the whole guy plus the block, and the varnish the whole guy plus the red block over here. Now you can make it just that or just that. You can set up exactly how you want with selection. So now to do that, we want to select this guy, make a selection of him. So you can either right click the icon, and then you go select pixels. And that is our one option we've got. And the other option is you keep control in on your keyboard and you click on the little icon, and you'll see it makes the marching ants here around our image. And then let's say we want to have the white as well. I'm going to keep control shift in, select that, and then, or on the icon, sorry, and then it makes a marching ant. So now both of these are selected. And then the next step we want to do is invert the selection. So I'm going to go, you can go select, you can go inverse from our main menu on top, or what you can do is you can simply hit Control Shift I think it was. There we go. Now it's selected everything but these two graphics. Then next up, we want to go to our channels tab, and then at the bottom here we have this thing next to the dustbin, and that is to create a new channel. So I'm going to simply click that. You can see it made a channel for our actual our layer. And then what I'm going to do is, with the paint bucket tool, select it. I'm going to make sure my foreground color is set to white, as you can see there, and then I'm simply going to paste it in on this channel to the foreground. Oh, my layer is locked. Why is that? So let's just see what's happening. Not too sure why it's locking my layer. Let's try that again. There we go. So I just have to simply select off and select back on. So now here we go. We've got our actual white selected. So now we just want to repeat the process and do that for the varnish. But keeping in mind, it is very important, the naming system. So you want to make sure you name this one to white, otherwise FlexiPRINT will not recognize it. So the next one, I'm going to just run through it quickly as this video is getting a bit long. So I'm going to deselect everything, make a selection of the actual gremlin, make a selection of the varnish. Let's shift select, invert that or inverse it, go to channels, new channel. Now we're going to do the same thing with the paint bucket, throw in the white, and then we're going to call this one varnish. Select in, press enter, go back. So now we've got both of these. I can click on the RGB and hide those if I wanted to, but for now I'm going to keep them on, go to channels, and now everything's ready for export. But before we export, we'll do that on another video, seeing that this one is already running a bit long. Just a quick recap. So the important thing is to make new layers for the white you want and use the selection and invert it. So you want to basically, everything you want to hide is white. It's kind of opposite to most channels, and what you want to be the color is black. And then the other important thing is make sure your names are exactly white and varnish. Otherwise the program will not be able to read it. But yeah, before we get to the file format, let's go to softwaretraining.co.za, where you can find a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can isolate your search if you're looking for anything specific. If you do not find what you're looking for, go here, request training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.